Good morning, children. Today we are starting the recording of sample question paper of biology from class 10. Today we would be discussing certain number of questions in the first module. I have included 4 questions with 3 subdivisions. In these questions, you can find out the certain variations from the textual concepts, and the direct questions are included, but a certain 30% of the indirect questions as well we can find in the text, find in the question papers. So we have to study both direct as well as indirect questions, and the answer would be framed by the student itself or themselves. That's how these questions are framed, okay, in an application manner. Okay, the first question is this. First question has 4 options, 4 additions. Why is maximum concentration of pesticide found in human body? Why is maximum amount of pesticides found in human body? Because the human being belong to the last trophic level. I have already told you this point. The biomagnification or biological magnification is the accumulation of the non-biodegradable chemicals through the trophic levels. As human beings belong to the final trophic level or end trophic level, and the maximum amount of pesticides, non-biodegradable pesticides would be accumulated in human being through biomagnification. So you know what is the definition of biomagnification? It is the process of gradually increasing the concentration of the non-biodegradable chemicals through the food chains. So that is the answer. Okay. Now we give one method which could be applied to reduce our intake of pesticides through food to some extent. You know, food is the source through which the pesticides that we use in our agricultural field is being taken into the human body. So the pesticides or chemical used in agricultural field would be entering into the human body is a common process. So what we have to, or what we can do to avoid such pesticides entering into human body, there are many ways. Of this, one method is that avoid using the chemical pesticide. Instead of that, we can use biopesticides. So use of biopesticides is the best method. Use of biopesticides is one of the method. In biopesticides, organisms are only used for killing the pest, no chemicals. That is what is biopesticide. Okay, so they are organisms. Biopesticides are organisms which kill the pest or harmful organisms, so that they will get crops will get protected from the pest. That is one method. Then instead of using chemical fertilizers, we can use organic farming. Instead of using chemical fertilizers, we can use organic farming. So organic farming is a collective method by which we can use the green manures and compost and avoiding the chemical fertilizers. So by using organic manure instead of chemical fertilizers. Second, by using biopesticides instead of chemical pesticides, we can avoid this problem. So that is the second option. Now see, various steps in food chains represent the trophic level. Trophic level represent various steps in food chain which are arranged on the basis of their food relationship. We got it. Now D, with regard to various food chains operating in an ecosystem, the man is a consumer. Man is a consumer. You will get 4 options. Of this, man is always a consumer. Man cannot synthesize or prepare the food. But green plants are producers. Okay, there are 3 important categories or steps: producers, consumers and decomposers. Consumers can be herbivores or carnivores. Keep in mind all this. Now, the second question, define the term pollination. Pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma of the pistil. Transfer of pollen grain from the anther of the stamen to the stigma of the pistil or carpel. That is called pollination. Now, differentiate between self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination, you can understand that when the transfer of pollen grain takes place within the same flower, it is called self-pollination. In bisexual flowers like guava, apple, then we can say mango tree. In all the plants we can see the pollen grains from the flower falls to the stigma of the same flower. So pollination takes place within the same flower is called self-pollination, whereas cross-pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from one flower to the stigma of another flower. Stigma of another flower. That is called cross-pollination. What is the significance of pollination? There are many significances of pollination. Pollination allows the process of fertilization. Pollination helps in the process of fertilization. Particularly, the fertilization in which the fusion of male and female gametes takes place results in the zygote. Zygote develops into embryo and the fertilization ultimately results in the seed formation. Seed and fruit formation, that is another significance. So fertilization helps in the seed and fruit formation. That is very, very important. And fruit is the food of many, many organisms. Now, during cross-pollination, you can see the two plants are involved, two gametes are involved, the male gamete and the female gamete. Male gametes are present in the pollen grain and female gametes are called egg, which are present in the ovule. So, through the male and female gamete, the genes of two different parents come together, thereby combining the gene. Combining the gene which results in the variation. So, ultimately we can say sexual reproduction helps in the formation of variation in organisms. Variation. These all are the importance of the formation. And third question, why is there difference in the rate of breathing between organisms, terrestrial organisms and aquatic organisms? You know, terrestrial organisms breathe very slowly because there is more amount of oxygen dissolved in the air. More oxygen dissolved in the air and they breathe slowly. Okay. Whereas the oxygen dissolved in water is less. So they breathe faster. They breathe faster. And aquatic organisms, move very vigorously. Like fishes and other creatures move vigorously and they need more energy. More energy as well. That's why they need more oxygen. More oxygen helps them to release more energy. Whereas aquatic organisms, some other organisms move very faster. They need more oxygen. So they breathe faster, like dog, we can say. They are running cheetah. They breathe faster than human beings. So those organisms which need more energy for maintaining their body temperature or to release more energy from the food, they breathe faster. But human being normally 15 to 16 times per minute. That is the breathing rate. We need energy, but moderate energy. And that too we can get from the air, because air contains more oxygen dissolved than in water. That's why aquatic organisms breathe slower than the terrestrial organisms. Now last, name the organs that form the respiratory systems in human. In a respiratory system, you can say a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureter, urinary bladder, and urethra. That form the urinary system.